Hello everyone, my name is Don, and welcome to Capcom. No, I'm kidding. It is Mega Man Zero on the Game Boy Advance. I am playing this game and all the future Zero and ZX games on the Zero Legacy Collection on PlayStation 4. So I hope you enjoy this. Wah! What's wah? What is wah? What does that even sound like? Oh crap, they got the giant mechanoids, of course. What? What kind of monsters are these? Oh shit, these guys are dead and this is an E-rated game, everybody. Or at least it was. So we got random teenage girl running from enemies. What's going on here? A dead end? No. I feel a strong energy inside. This must be the place. Okay, leave this to me. Stay back, Ciel. I'm giving that guy way more of a masculine accent than he looks, but then again, art style. You should go. I'll take care of him. This must be. This must be Zero. We found him at last. Let me touch him. It's protected. What should I do? Oh, nosebleed to death. Watch out! We're cornered. We have to evacuate now. Didn't you just say we were cornered? But we have no time to argue. And there goes red shirt number 45. My line. Ciel? Oh yeah, there's another problem with this game. Dead space. So many ellipses, so many dots. Ciel, huh? You should use my power. We have no choice. What? Passy? I honestly thought that said something else. If I do, you'll be... Don't worry about me. Remember, everyone is waiting for your safe return. Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Okay, thank you. No, I should thank you, Ciel. Goodbye. Passy? Who named him Passy and what the fuck was their deal? Now we're talking. Zero has been resurrected? Zero? Help me, please. Here's Zero, the red bomber? It doesn't really sound right compared to blue bomber, but Zero, the opposite to X, who starts out with a shitty-ass security pistol. Not even an arm cannon, it's just a pistol. Oh, don't worry, we'll get his sword soon. Now, the Zero games. They're a bit of a strange case. I grew up with 2 and 3, not 1 and 4, so this one is a bit new to me. I do know where some of the secrets are, like the health extends and the E-tanks, so I will get those, or at least some of those. This is not going to be a 100% playthrough, that's for sure. Or hell, this is not even going to be a high skill playthrough, because you see that level F on the side of my health bar? That's your skill level. That's right, the game is ranking you. The worse you do, the less skills you get. And the game will make sure to make you feel like shit for it. What? It's a dead end. What should we do? I'll probably not stand on that collapsing beam. Thank you. Not gonna catch you again. This place seems to be a prehistoric laboratory. We may be able to find a transerver which we can use to go back to the resistance base. Oh, Ciel, you strange girl. Ugh, how nice. This passageway is collapsed in. Shall we go back? Stay back! Fuck! Zero, no, run. You can't damage this thing with a buster. Well, we shall try. I played a Mega Man game or two before, and usually these guys go down in What? He's actually heavily armored? Well, that breaks the standard Mega Man formula. Usually these heavies go down in 2 shots. Oh god, what do? I'll just shoot him all day until he dies. So it's gonna take like 10 minutes. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, just take him apart 1 tick at a time. He's got a massive health bar too. That's not good. That's a Dark Souls health bar. I'm not dealing with this today. Hey, where's my goddamn Z-Saber? Didn't I have one of those? Rats. What is that computer screen doing over there? Huh? Use this, Zero. Who are you? Hurry. You have to save her. Don't waste time. Ask and you shall receive. The Z-Saber is Zero's signature weapon. And trust me, you're going to need this son of a bitch because Zero is so good with the Z-Saber in this game, it's not even funny. Starting with this giant mechanoid. Not even a problem. And Ciel died from that explosion. Oh no, she's fine. I can't believe you were able to destroy a golem. We were right. You are Zero, the legendary Reploid. Zero? Is that my name? Ugh, I can't remember. Just relax for a moment. You have hibernation sickness. Isn't that a Star Wars quote? I'm sorry for forcing you to wake up. And thank you for saving me. My name is Ciel. I'm a scientist. A brilliant scientist! Let's go to our base before more enemies show up. What if I'm not the Zero you were talking about? You proved to me that you are Zero by saving me from that golem. I don't know, Ciel. This Zero is looking pretty scrawny and unimpressive. We're in luck. The trans server is still active. Stand on the trans server and press direction up. Okay, I don't like it how they just reference the controls in their actual dialogue. That is so strange. This is Deadpool levels of fourth wall breaking, but this is not funny. Anyway, here's the results screen. And level A is the best I'm going to get. I'm not going for S rank. That is bullshit. Welcome to our resistance base, Zero. This is a shelter for injured Reploids who are suspected of being Mavericks. We have fought so hard to survive. However, we know that the end is coming. But that's why we have been looking for you. You are our last hope. Most of us think that Zero is nothing but a fantasy. However, a few still believed in your existence and have looked for you. Okay, you said that twice. You are Zero, the legendary Reploid who fought with X to save the world 100 years ago. X? That name sounds familiar. X, that legendary Reploid is still alive and he's trying to retire all of us. X is trying to retire you? His plans have already begun. Many innocent Reploids are being retired even as we speak. We need your help. Our future depends on you. Please help us? Okay or no way? Well, I'm not ready yet. I understand. You need time to think about it. Okay then. We'll find a way to work it out by ourselves. Still, if you change your mind, please talk to me. Okay? Welcome to Les Resistance. This space will serve as your main hub in between missions. This would not be the first time hubs were used in Mega Man games, as Legends came out years before this, but this is probably the most famous example along with the ZX series. And Ciel likes to talk about everything. Now, being retired is euphemism for being killed. So it's kind of running off of Blade Runner logic. This series, more than any other Mega Man game, is referencing Blade Runner the most. Because not only do you have robots versus humans, but the robots are suspiciously more and more human. Not so in the case of our targets because they still have their animalistic characteristics from the classic and X games, but the Reploids we rescue are indeed more on the human-looking side. There is actually one Reploid who can age. He has apparently aged, and we'll be seeing him in a few minutes. Anyway, here are our cyber elves. you got 3 different types. You got hackers, animals, and nurses. The nurses are your standard healing items, you know, for health extensions, sub-tanks, all that good stuff. Hackers, now I don't usually use hackers and animals. Oh, there's the old man, by the way. Hackers can provide defensive options as well as some offensive fires, so they're kind of like the options from Gradius. Animals, I'm not sure what they do. In fact, I think they do a couple of different things depending on what they're specialized in. Now here's where the game is judging you. Now if you use a Cyber Elf, that will benefit Zero in the long haul, but that Cyber Elf dies and your rank will go down. So that level A will become a level B, and the more Cyber Elves you use, the more your rank will go down. So either you feel bad about the lives you wasted just to make yourself feel better. You don't look familiar to me, sir. I see. Zero's your name. Oh wow, that's all you have to say? Or you try and do everything you can to get the S rank and pull your hair out because this game is hard as hell. The Zero series, or at least the first 2 installments, are part RPG, so you kind of have to level Zero up by grinding the hard way. Nice to meet you. You saved Ciel, didn't you? My name is Lelouet. Ciel named me. I think it's pronounced Lelouet anyway. I'm just gonna call her Lelouet. The Zero series loves their foreign names. Ciel I'm familiar with because it's French for sky. Everything else is kind of, what? Thank you for saving Dr. Ciel. By the way, know how to use a trans server? Yes, I do. If you need to know something about it, please let me know. Thank you for reminding me never to talk to you again. Anyway, that's the trans server right there. It teleports you to different locations. This game is not technically a Metroidvania like people claim it to be, but you do go back to the same locations you visited before. Wow, are you Zero? I never thought I'd get to... Oh wow, I scrolled too fast. We believe that the Z-Saber has unlimited potential for power-ups. It could also have an effect on other weapons. I believe your Buster can be charged to shoot a powerful energy bullet. Learn more about weapons? Sure, give me the breakdown, Doc. I know you've lost your memory, but you still have skills. You just need to find a way to recover them. Supposedly, your memory has been improving since you've obtained the Z-Saber. Don't worry. Everything you learned during the battles in your past life will come back in time. The number of skills you recalled is shown in the subscreen by the number of stars. Check it sometimes. I don't even think he introduced himself. Anyway, that guy's name is Servo. He's basically your weapon expert, and it'll give you 2 new tools as the game progresses. Now, he did mention that in order to level up, you need to practice with your weapons. Oh god, it's this guy. Huh? Who are you? Who cares? Will you do me a favor? I'm too hungry to move. Will you spare me? Yeah, he just wants 250 crystals. I don't have 250 crystals to spare, dude. I'm trying to feed my cyber elves with those, you lard ass. As you can tell by me swinging my sword in the air violently, I hate that guy. If I could cut him in half, trust me, I would. It'll help lose some of the weight at least. Anyway, let's talk to Ciel so we can start this mission. Huh? Will you help us? Of course I would. We wouldn't have a game if I said no. So here's the situation. We have to go to the disposal center to knock some sense into this Reploid named Aztec Falcon. Save data before starting mission? No. I don't think I will. The disposal center is up ahead of you. Please rescue our comrade. Yeah, Ciel is certainly a character. She's pretty much your mission command for most of these Mega Man games. Well, Mega Man games as in these 4. She doesn't have the charm that Iris does from X4, and she's also not quite the nuisance that Elia became in X5 and beyond. Ciel is just okay. A little bit clingy. Sometimes like to say Zero a lot and just say Zero, and that's it. In fact, I should probably put a counter on how many times Ciel says Zero in a single word sentence in a creepily fawning way. It is disturbing. I'm gonna call it the Zero counter, which doesn't make sense because it will just add up to 0. Either it's 0 or the 0 won't count, so it'll just be whatever the number is. But God bless you if you decide to divide by 0. Now, the Japanese versions of Mega Man Zero, or Rockman Zero, they are actually pretty bloody games. In fact, next to Mega Man X4, Zero and all the other Zero games are pretty much the goriest games in the franchise, because all these robots here, in the Japanese version, they splash out red substance, which looks like blood, but is actually supposed to be oil. The American Capcom branch took a look at that, said, that looks too close to blood, so let's edit that out. But in the intro, you did see a couple of blood splashes, but they were more pronounced in the Japanese version. The CX games, or at least the first one, would put the blood splash back in, but it was digitally recolored to yellow, so it looks more like a fiery spark, like you would see in Star Wars or something. I'm Aztec Falcon. Harpuya the Guardian sent me to clean up. Hey, help! Help me! You must be some of the garbage. Just in time. I'll dispose of both of you together. Here's the first boss of the game, Aztec Falcon. And he's a hard boss to start out on. Here's the deal with this guy. He jumps around a lot, and his weakness is the Z-Saber. What you need to do is wait for him to do his alternating shots, so he'll go high, go low. You just dash underneath the high shots and jump over to low ones and look for an opportunity to strike with your saber. Other than that, he'll cling onto the walls, he'll do his triple shot, and he also has a shockwave attack. Like that. And you gotta watch out because that does a lot of damage, and Zero does not have that much of a health bar to begin with. Thank you. I never expected someone would come and rescue me. Thank you very much. I'm still in shock. I'll return to the base when I'm able to walk again. You can go back now. I'll be fine. Thank you for your cooperation, Zero. Man, these texts are slow. That is the Thunder Chip, I presume. You must get it before you return to base. Bleh. You got the Thunder Chip. Now, unlike the previous Mega Man games where you would get different skills and weapons from bosses, you get different elements. And even then, you only get 3 chips. You got electricity, you got fire, and you got ice. So the Zero games have that, they still have that rock, paper, scissors element with the bosses, even though it's more, I guess, streamlined or simplified. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like fire beats bomb because, or scissors beats elect man for some reason because. It's more like, hey, if this guy's using ice, use fire. Zero, and counter starts right now. Thank you. I never thought I'd see the day that the Reploid disposal center is destroyed. Innocent Reploids will be safe for a while. I hope. Hopefully it didn't do that for nothing. Thank you very much, Zero. You are Zero. God damn, this dialogue can be cheesy sometimes, even from Ciel. Please come and talk to me. I don't think I want to. I'll be waiting for you. No, do not. By the way, if you go to the engine room downstairs, you'll find our engineer named Servo. He asked to give this to you. It's called the escape unit. If you use it during a mission, you will be able to abort that mission and evacuate. But remember, the mission will be considered a failure, and you don't want to be a failure, Zero. You can't fail. Otherwise, we die. You got the escape unit. That's gonna come in handy. Actually, no, it's not, because if you escape a mission, that means you failed it. And for some stupid reason, if you fail the mission too many times, you cannot retry it, and you have to reload the save in order to try again. Zero, thank you for saving me. But yeah, the mission structure of this game is really bizarre. And you don't even have lives in the traditional sense. I mean, sure, you do have lives, but they're tied into the missions. And like I said before, die too many times and the mission's null and void. I still can't believe you are who Ciel says you are. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. My name is Servo. As you can see, I'm a Reploid engineer. Ciel and I have been researching and conducting experiments on entities known as cyber elves. They were kind enough to spare me an engine room, which I have modified to my laboratory. If only I had enough time and data, I could develop some new weapons for you. I'm too busy to ask old Andrew to tell me about old times, but you should try to keep him company and listen to what he has to say. It's helpful and informative to spend time with the aged. Andrew, that was his name, the old man, and apparently a Bicentennial Man reference, which was the movie starring Robin Williams. The movie was about a robot played by Robin Williams, and that robot was converted into a cyborg, or maybe even a human at that point, and he lived for close to 200 years. Robin Williams' character in that movie was also named Andrew, so you can see the parallels here. Anyway, if you want something special from Andrew here, you have to listen to his story, so say yes I am. You're interested in my story? Thanks for saying that. Now, I may not look it, but I used to be a handsome Reploid. I was very popular with the ladies. It was the night of the full moon when it happened. Oh god, robot sex, what was it? I was carrying containers in a warehouse at the harbor when I heard a song drifting over the night air. I looked up to find a beautiful woman with long hair singing in front of a crowd that had gathered at the harbor. I was amazed to find that I was deeply moved by her song, though my body and mind are made of machines. After spending time together and talking, we fell in love and eventually started living together. Are you tired of listening to my story? Yeah, just say no. Keep listening. You better listen. Oh, you want to listen? Oh! I told you up to the time we began to live together, right? I'll continue. As time went by, she grew older and older while I remained the same. She came to resent how she looked and began avoiding me. So I asked Ciel to modify me to be what I am now so that we could be together. She has long since passed away, but the memory of her will never be erased from my memory chip. Thank you for indulging me with your company and listening to my story. Keep this as a token of my gratitude. You got a cyber elf. Now, I'm not sure if this cyber elf is useful. Oh, it is useful. Thanks, Andrew. Tell me more stories, please. Anyway, the nurse we just got is Giraffe, the cyber elf. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm not good with foreign names. Giraffe will raise your maximum health, which is goddamn useful, I'm telling you. Let me show you how to feed these cyber elves as well as transport to different locations. All you need to do is go to the hallway that's marked trans, which is not the word that's synonymous with transportation, but whatever. You go in here, step on the platform, and you bring up a menu. Feeding elves in this game will require a predetermined amount of crystals, which you can pick up in action stages. Some cyber elves do not require raising or feeding, others do. Gibber here requires 200. And you know what Gibber does? He makes you climb ladders faster. That's it. Let's see what's next. Downloading elves is just as simple as putting the elves in a required slot, and therefore you go to the pause menu and select that elf. Easy as pie. And changing an area is just as easy as going back to a previous area you visited. And just like that, we're in the underground facility, which I actually wanted to go to the disposal area just so I can grind. The disposal center is my go-to area in order to get Zero's weapons leveled up, and it is a drag. Let me tell you, it might take you somewhere between 25 to 30 minutes in order to level up a single weapon. I'm talking 1 star, maybe even 2. And on later levels, oh boy, it's gonna take you even longer. So if you want better abilities with the gun and Z-Saber, you're incentivized to run around like a maniac and chop people up. Anyway, I'll see you guys in part 2.